Great American Bash would take us next to Detroit. We would kick off the night with one of two WrestleMania 3 throwbacks. The first one, the classic Steamboat Savage, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, versus the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Now, this spot holds a special place in my heart. This is where I'm from. This is where I was born. And this is where my love of wrestling began. Superstars and Challenge on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. Occasionally being able to talk my parents into letting me stay up for Saturday night's main event. And of course the aftermags, so I could keep up with what was going on, not only in the WWF, but also the NWA and wrestling all across the country. From a technical standpoint, this match checked all the boxes. And it's a big reason why when people think of WrestleMania 3, this is their favorite match. For me personally, I'm still partial to Hogan and Andre. But these two delivered a hell of a performance, and one that years and years later people still talk about. And a lot of the superstars that you cheer on today were influenced in some way from this match. Next, the WCW United States Championship was on the line, and our challenger in this one was a very special guest, Detroit's own Big Daddy Cool Diesel. And the Scottish Psychopath, we know what these last few months have been for him. He has been on a roll, and he has mowed through each and every challenger that's been placed in front of him. But it's kind of cool when we have these legends that come back that we've seen up to this point on the tour, because you never know. Do they maybe have one more run left in them? And again, we've seen in some cases these guys really haven't missed a step. Great block there from Diesel as he is able to block the incoming Claymore. Does deliver his patented jackknife powerbomb. Not enough to keep Drew down, though. And as good as Diesel looked in this one, the end result's kind of what we've come to expect from McIntyre. Claymore, cover, hook the leg, 1, 2, and 3. Drew McIntyre still your WCW United States Champion. Then the WCW Tag Team titles were on the line. The Street Profits taking on a mystery tag team. Who would step up? None other than the debuting Motor City Machine Guns. Huge opportunity for Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin here. Not only do they have the opportunity in their debut match to walk out as WCW Tag Team Champions, that also means they're probably going to get a pretty nice contract from the WCW being the new champs. Both guys looked great, and we know the Profits have been really the definition of tag team wrestling in our universe. They have been great. They're great in the WWE. Now that they're in the WCW, all they keep doing is winning and racking up championships. And it's hard to prepare for a team that you're not expecting. And a team that maybe is new to our universe, they have been a team for a long time. So they're not coming in, even though they're coming in on a new stage, they've been in big moments as a team before. Here, Alex Shelley would go for the cover on Angelo Dawkins, and believe it or not, would get the 3 count. The Motor City Machine Guns, your new WCW Tag Team Champions. Welcome to the Open Mic Universe, and welcome to the WCW, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Then we would have a 5-pack Iron Man match with the winner earning a shot at Ilya Dragunov and the WCW Cruiserweight Championship at our next stop in Chicago. Santos, Escobar, JD McDonagh, Dragon Lee, Wesley, and Hook. And the way this works is you've got 10 minutes, and whoever can rack up the most pinfalls or submissions in that 10-minute time would be your winner. And we would have so many close calls in this one. A lot of broken pin attempts, a lot of broken submissions. And believe it or not, in the 10-minute time frame, we only had one successful pinfall. That was Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee moving on to Chicago, and he'll get a shot at Ilya Dragunov in the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Then we had a match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Damian Priest taking on the Viper, Randy Orton. There's been a lot of history, not only between Orton and Priest, but Orton and Balor as well over the last couple months. You'll remember Balor actually took the Intercontinental title away from Orton for a brief period of time before Orton was able to regain it back on our second Great American Bash stop in Washington, D.C. Priest, after seeing Balor get a run with that Intercontinental title, he would look to do the same. The Intercontinental title, one of the championships that Priest has not won in WWE. He has been a United States champion. He's been a world champion. But that Intercontinental title has evaded him to this point. Orton with some classic vintage Randy Orton, and then the RKO would cover Priest and get the victory with a successful defense here in Detroit. Randy Orton still your WWE Intercontinental Champion. Then we would have our second WrestleMania 3 throwback match. The classic itself. Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. Now, we are using the classic 1987 WWF Championship. Obviously, it's not a title that's recognized in our universe. But it's the title that was on the line in the Silverdome all the way back in 1987. The fact that it's in the game, we put it in this one too. Would we see the same result that the 93,000 fans in Pontiac saw on that Sunday afternoon? Or would Andre walk out of the Great American Bash with that WWF Championship? Starting off, Andre showing off his strength as he steps on the Hulkster. Hulk here, watch this. Back elbow, and the Giant just barely moves. Big scoop slam there for the Hulkster. Hooks the leg. That's not nearly enough to keep Andre the Giant down. The Hulkster here looking for a sleeper hold. But a good counter, a good reversal there from Andre. Oh, dropping those 500 plus pounds down on the chest, the upper body of Hogan. But Hogan is able to kick out. Hogan here, the classic leg drop. Hooks the leg. Bobby the Brain can't believe it. But that didn't get it done. Andre with a big splash hooks Hogan's leg. And believe it or not, Andre the Giant would get the win. Could you imagine what the Silverdome would have looked like that day if Andre would have beat Hogan? There would have been a lot of people going home very, very unhappy. Then we would get a special surprise guest and an unannounced guest, CM Punk. Now, CM Punk is not in our universe. He has made one appearance. That was all the way back at WrestleMania 1, where he and his wife AJ would answer an open challenge set out by Seth Rollins and his wife Becky. That night, though, did not go well for Punk and AJ. But CM Punk would show up here in Detroit with a challenge of his own. The Great American Bash coming through Chicago next. Would Seth freaking Rollins have the balls to show up and meet him one-on-one in the ring? And in our main event, it would be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Main event, Jey Uso going one-on-one with his former tribal chief, Roman Reigns. This feud between the Usos and the Bloodline doesn't seem like it's going to be letting up anytime soon. But here tonight in Detroit, Jey, with the opportunity of a lifetime, against Roman. And right out of the gate, Roman Reigns did not take it easy on Jey. Kind of looked like maybe we were going to have a very quick finish in this one. But then Jimmy would climb up on the apron and distract Roman, buying his brother a little bit of time to recover and find an opening to get back into this match. And he would. It almost felt like we were watching a completely different match. Look, Roman's been in these situations before. He's been in these big match moments. Jay's been in big moments, but they've been on the tag team side. He's never found himself in a main event with an opportunity at a world championship. Here, after the Samoan Splash would cover Roman, with the referee distracted by Paul Heyman on the outside. Jey would try again, though. This time, referee would get there to make the count, but he would only get a 2. He would follow it up with a nice 1-2 punch of a DDT and a flying headbutt off of the top rope. Then Jey would do a nice little tribute to his dad, Rikishi, with a running hip attack in the corner. And he would go to cover Roman and shock the world, becoming your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see if Seth Rollins accepts CM Punk's challenge, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we come to you next time from Chicago.